One of the biggest questions surrounding the possible reboot over at DC Studios now that James Gunn and Peter Safran have taken over is Jason Momoa's future as Aquaman and possibly also a future as Lobo as well. Or maybe instead. Because that's kind of the big thing. It's so confusing what is happening right now because supposedly we're getting an announcement of at least part of an official slate very soon. Rumor is like this week or next week or well, by the end of January, so it would be, this week. I'm assuming this weekend, weekend makes sense. So soon we're getting that official announcement. Hopefully, things will be cleared up a bit, but it's still the big question of, are we getting a reboot? Or is it going to be like a soft reboot where like they just take bits and pieces of what did work in the DCU and just start fresh with other stuff? We don't know for sure, but that's where Jason Momoa comes into this because of course Jason Momoa's Aquaman has been one of the best parts of the DCU. So recasting Aquaman just doesn't sound like a great idea. But then there's been all these rumors that possibly he might end up playing Lobo because Lobo is Jason Momoa's number one favorite comic book character. He loves Lobo. He basically is Lobo in real life. So honestly, perfect casting. But throughout this whole process and talking about these rumors and reports and stuff, we've all thought that it would be, okay, he's done as Aquaman and now he's going to play Lobo. But he recently just did an interview with Variety where he was talking about a whole bunch of different things. They talked about Aquaman and Lost Kingdom, which of course is the sequel to Aquaman, comes out this December. So that's super exciting. And at the end of this interview, he said, and, obviously I'm paraphrasing right here, but he says, I'm Aquaman. I will be Aquaman forever. Nobody can take that away from me. But then at the end, he teases, like, I'm really excited about what we're doing with DC Studios and James Gunn and Peter Safran. And, I'm Aquaman. But, I could do other things too. I could be other characters. And then he mentioned something about, like, I can be funny. I can be charming. I can be something else. But this basically sounds like he confirmed that he's playing both characters. So let's talk about this. Again, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. When he was initially cast, we were like, what is going on here? This is not Aquaman. But now, growing to see him as this character these last almost a decade at this point, it's been pretty awesome. I think he's a great version of the character, and it would really suck to lose him as Aquaman, because I think he's a great Aquaman, especially if he only gets 2 movies. I would love to get a full Aquaman trilogy, and the suggestion here is that he would be playing both Aquaman and Lobo as well. Now, Lobo, the reason I think we can make this work is because, yes, you can have Jason Momoa play both of these characters in the same universe. Now, a lot of people say that's going to be confusing, but, Marvel's done it. Gemma Chan played a villain in Captain Marvel and then played Circe in Eternals. They've done recasting and reusing of actors previously. They could do the same thing here as well, especially because, the characters look different enough. Aquaman just looks like Jason Momoa in an Aquaman suit, but Lobo would be Jason Momoa with, dyed dark black hair, bleached white skin, red eyes. He's an alien. He's an alien biker. So I highly doubt we would ever have a crossover between these two characters, so you wouldn't have to worry about anything like that. And, like I said, it's perfect casting for Lobo, so I really don't see a problem with it. We just saw Jason Momoa yesterday post a video about he just got out of a meeting with Peter Safran and James Gunn, and it was like the best news he's ever heard. And this is what, he did another video a couple months ago, which kind of sparked the speculation because, again, he loves Lobo so much, and for him to get to play Aquaman and Lobo, that's got to be like a dream come true for him. That's literally like the best of both worlds. And honestly, if that ends up being the case, I think that's awesome. I think Lobo is a great character. I would love to see adapted into live action. We got a great version of him on Krypton, so I'd love to see him in the DCU. I think he would be maybe even a great villain for this new Superman reboot movie. I think that would be really cool. A lot of fun to play with there, or possibly get his own project. I don't know, but I think, like I said, best of both worlds. Jason Momoa, great actor. He made a home for himself at Warner Brothers in DC. So, be Aquaman and Lobo. I think, honestly, it's a great idea. And if this does end up being the case, again, it's kind of just speculation. But, basically, you pick up the hints of what Jason Momoa was teasing there, it's basically what he's saying. I mean, it's kind of hard to assume that he's talking about anything else. So I think this is going to be the case, and I'd assume that this would probably maybe be one of the announcements that we get during Peter Safran and James Gunn's big slate announcement this month. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news that Jason Momoa could be playing still Aquaman, but also Lobo in the DCU as well? So thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit that subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.